All right, the I can for today is I can identify even and odd numbers up to 1,000. So our even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Our odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. So even numbers, the difference between the two is these can always be evenly divided into two equal groups. The odd numbers, these will always be divided into two unequal groups. And before we start looking at some example numbers, I just want to mention one thing. Let's say we have the number 712. Okay, 7 is an odd number. 1 is an odd number. Wow, this must be an odd number. No, 2 is the only place value we're looking at when we're looking at odd and even numbers because it's in the ones place. So make sure whenever you're looking at numbers and you're trying to figure out if it's even or odd, always look in the ones place. That will tell you if it's going to be an even or an odd number. It doesn't matter if all the numbers before the ones place are odd. Just look at the ones place for looking at even or odd numbers. So this number 712 is indeed even because the ones place has a 2 and 2 is an even number. One more time just to drive home my point. 9 is odd, 9 is odd, 2 is even. The only one that matters is 2 because it's in the ones place. All right, let's look real quick with a visual. All right, so I divided up this paper into two parts, right? Because it's always two equal groups. This number, as you can see, is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this part has 4 and this part has 4. We'll just call it A and B. 8 is an even number because you can equally divide it up into two groups. Always two equal groups. 4 and 4. 8. All right, what about the number 13? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 is an odd number, but as you can see why, there's two groups, right? And 13, 3 is odd. A gets 6, B gets 6, but then that's 12. And the last one, 13, is the odd counter. Either A or B has to get it, but it's not an equal amount for the groups. One gets 6 and one gets 7. So it's an odd number. 20 is an even number. 0 is even. A gets 10, B gets 10. Even number, two equal groups. All right, last number, 25. So A gets 12, B gets 13. That's 12 and 12 even, that's 24. But if we add another one for 25, that's an odd, now makes it odd number. 5 is odd, right? So now we have two unequal groups. So just remember even numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and you're always looking at the ones place to identify if it's even or odd.